So next texture we will draw is wood. Let's create new layer number 2, and temporary we can switch off layer number 1 with our concrete. So let's create one more rectangle for our wood texture, like that, and we can fill it up with a color, medium brown shade, not very dark, not very light, something like that. By the way, there is another option to color fill the selected area. For example, you have a rectangle and you can select color fill, so it will be colored with a selected color automatically. So let's switch on alpha lock. So we can draw the wooden texture in different way. For example, let's have a look at the image with the wooden texture sample. For example, this one. So there are different color stripes, and some of them are thin, some of them thicker and not perfectly straight. So let's try to create something similar. But please don't be afraid if your wood will be different from mine. As we know, you cannot find identical copies of anything in nature. So I will show you the basic, how you can create your wooden texture, how you can draw it, and I'm sure you can get even more beautiful than mine. So our layer is alpha locked. From the main color we'll go a bit darker. Copic marker brush is selected. The values of the color I have is this one, 87, 70, 54. Okay, we can also rotate our canvas. With Copic marker brush, we do these lines. We can reduce size of our brush, and opacity it's about 1%, size about 3%. So I simply draw these lines, straight lines. They're not perfectly straight, as you see. Some of them are thicker, some of them are thinner. I can also go a bit darker, and again, in somewhere I draw a bit darker, I press to my pencil a bit more. So like that. After I go to the brighter color, brighter shades, and I do the same. So this is what we're getting. It already looks like wood. I like it. We can continue working with the same brush, Copic marker. Also, in Procreate's library, there is a branch. This is actually very good brush for the wooden texture. You just need to adjust color, maybe not so intense, with a low opacity, and as you see, it perfectly match some wooden lines. Okay. As for me, I use this brush, Lines, for the wooden texture. I really like how it goes. So I will just reduce opacity and increase brush size 2%. Let's also make our shade a bit brighter. So I will do the same lines what I did with Copic marker brush, but now I will draw very light, thin lines, not straight at all. I can go and draw some, how you call it, like wooden eyes, some small, deep parts like that. So I go everywhere with this brush, and it's very, very light. I draw these lines. I do some circles, some rounds like that, around one place. So first we do this with this color, and after we will do the same with brighter color. That's how we will get the volume and the texture look more realistic. So that's it. I go everywhere. Somewhere I go 2 times. Okay. I really like how it looks so far. We go to the brighter color now. This is the values we have. 192, 172, 152. And we do the same what we just did, but with this brighter shade. You see, I simply go up and down everywhere. I don't really, pay too much attention if it's not straight or looks imperfect, looks strange. Since this is wood, it's natural material. It's different every time, so like that. And now I go back to my Copic marker brush and I select previously dark color. And now in some parts where we drew thin lines, I will just add some depth, let's say. So I don't go now, from the top to bottom. I will just draw some lines like that from one side, from one corner, and I just don't go, don't draw straight lines everywhere, just in some parts here and there. I'm adding some shadows to show that there is some depth in some areas, and I can go even more deeper. I select darker color and like that. Okay, I really like how it looks. I hope you too. So now I can select brighter color, and next to the darker parts we just created, I also add some brighter parts on one side. I think that's enough. So basically our wooden texture is ready. You can leave it as it is, or what I suggest, we can add these wooden boards. So we go to the drawing guide, adding drawing guide, and with selected 2D grid, let's place the center blue dot to this corner, and let's adjust grid size, for example, to fit maybe 6 cells. So we will draw 6 wooden boards. I press done. So now we can draw straight lines to divide our wooden piece into 6 boards. We go with a dark color. I just select a rapidograph brush and drawing assist on, and I draw these straight lines. It will be our boards. Okay. Okay, now we select Copic marker brush, same color. We can reduce its size about 2%, and we repeat the process with draw straight lines, but Copic marker brush creates this effect of the depth. So we can see these are the boards divided, and there is some space, some deepness between them. So look how it looks, very beautiful. Okay, now we need to work with each board. Let's first of all switch our drawing guide off, and we select dark color. I have these values 1891. So also let's decide that the light is coming from the right side. It means the darker part will be on the left side. So with Copic marker brush we make left side darker. So we add some with very low opacity. We just add some shadow, okay, since that part will be far from the source of light. Yeah, like this. You can go even more darker in some areas. So you see, we created some volume, some parts are already dark, like that. Yeah, and now we go to the brighter shades, and from the other side, which is closer to the source of light. So these are the values I have. So here we add some light. Very beautiful, very nice. So our boards are ready, and what else I will do, I will just select line brush, and I will go a bit brighter, and I will just draw a very thin line to divide each board from each other, like that. Not thick, not wide, very thin line. It will give this look to our boards. Very nice. Very beautiful wood boards. So, and now for the whole picture, I just want to add, to create more volume, to add shadow for the whole piece. So I will go with a darker color we previously used, Copic marker brush, and I will make, okay, low opacity, about 1%, 2%. We can go bigger size. So that side, which is far from the source of light, without drawing assist on, yes, I will make it darker generally. And other side, right side, a bit brighter, since it's closer to the source of light. That's it. You can see the volume, you can see the texture. So I hope you also got a very nice, beautiful wooden texture.